Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. We are talking to Leo. Welcome on in, Leo. Here we go, Lions. Let's see. I want to thank you to all who have contributed to this channel. Your likes, shares, subscribes, your donations have meant a great deal to me. Thank you so much. And also, let's remember, you know the drill. I know you do, that not everything will resonate, but take what does and leave the rest. Okay, so I was meditating on your cards before I hit record, and we've got a few messages coming out, like the energy. I'm speaking to somebody who has a hard time asking for help. They are often putting themselves in situations where they're reliving the past, or they're thinking about the past, or they're even living in the past. Something, though, is coming along that's going to regenerate this whole thing and kind of kickstart it, because I feel like whoever I'm speaking to is like they're aware of being kind of stuck in the past, but they don't also realize how much this is affecting them health-wise, mind, body, spirit-wise, in a healthy way. It's really taking its toll that they don't realize. And look at my notes here. It's like a sense of change with the times, regeneration. Your situation, just stop making it out to be more than it is, something like that. Be clear about what it is, what it means to you. And it's a sense of putting that into perspective and moving on to what is regenerating here. Something faded. Okay. So with that in mind, let's get out the cards. So we've got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This talks about being left out or leaving something out with current friendships or teams or collaborations. Cards want to talk for you, Leo. That's good. Okay. So we've got the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And we've got Three of Pentacles already out here in the reverse. Yeah, something is just not right. It's just not moving. It's out of balance. So somebody isn't putting enough into a relationship. It just doesn't come together anymore. It's not inspiring either party or one person in the party. And Eight of Pentacles. And you're asking yourself, what is the... You're asking yourself what you really want. It's like, this is a new phase in my life, and I'm not really quite sure how to go about that. But I have that kind of wherewithal. Let's get a little further in our message here. Let's find out what you're contemplating here. Page of Cups, also in the reverse. Lots of reverse cards. Okay, Page of Cups, also in the reverse. Someone may owe somebody else an apology. Maybe you feel like somebody in the scenario, this could be you or the other person, is immature, has acted immature. What is this about? I asked, what is this about? And I do feel like it is love. And I do feel like someone has messed up. They acted immaturely, or, in some way there's an apology that's owed here for somebody. And we've got quite a few cards out here. The Six of Cups, the Hangman, the Judgment. Yeah, there's some sort of judgment on the past here. And you're thinking about it. Like whether you want to go back to the past, or I'm feeling like it's more of a move away from the past, but the past with this person. Now, it could be go to a point in the past that you really enjoyed, something like that. We'll get a little further. Five of Swords. Yeah, you're thinking about how you need need to improve, to show up in this new regenerative way. Because your life is changing and you are looking at the past and you're thinking about it heavily. But you also know this is a moment in time where you're being asked to move forward with something. Move in a different direction with your life. 7 of Pentacles. Invest in self. King of Cups is out here, 6 of Pentacles. Now, the King of Cups energy is very sweet and nurturing. And so maybe that is, an individual who's a leader and they're strong, but they oftentimes are thinking a lot about other people and how they are affected. And that's very admirable, and yet that can be the very thing that keeps you stuck. And maybe the best thing is to do what's best for you, and then that allows other people in this scenario to also do what's best for them, rather than stay in stuck energy. Like I feel like it was great at one point, but it's kind of a feeling of the all that glitters isn't gold. It's not gold anymore. It's not glittering anymore. It's just, when it's time to move, because the energy is so stagnant that it's almost choking you. You don't feel like you're fully immersed and living anymore. 6 of Pentacles. I think you're the overgiver here in this relationship, but again, I feel like you're ready to move on from this. The Knight of Cups and the 4 of Cups. So the Knight of Cups comes out. You want to give your love somewhere else, maybe. And this person that you want to give your love to may not even be aware of it. Queen of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Or this could be the person that you're leaving saying, they're unaware of you wanting to go elsewhere, or they feel overlooked by you or always have, something like that. I'm getting that their energy has always been kind of harsh. Okay? Quick to judge, quite a bit of harshness there. Or this situation is bringing that out in them because they're not ready to move on, even though I feel like they might actually be the catalyst for how you got to where you are now, which is very stagnant energy. There's a need to release. Release. It's getting muddy. It's getting confusing. Release. Spirit's saying the simple way here is best, or just release that which is negative. Okay, because if you say, well, this happened and that happened, and then there's this, you're getting all muddled into the whole story, the whole scenario that I actually feel you're trying to find your way out of. So the suggestion here is what is negative and doesn't serve you, that's what you need to remove. And that's just the simple way of going about progress here and thinking this through. Ace of Wands, because you want to find what inspires you. And that's a new situation. And it might be a new person, but definitely like this is a phase in your life where you're moving elsewhere. And it's a big deal because you've been in this for maybe a long time, the previous situation. But life is all about moving. And unless you want your life to be the way it's always been, which some people do, then you need to make changes and you need to do what's best for you. Sideways comes out the Ace of Cups. Yeah. It comes out sideways, Ace of Cups. So you're just not certain about if this is going to be an abundant move for you or if it's going to throw you off further. That may be in regards to a person. Do I leave this person for another person? I think that's never a good idea. you do what's right for you. I think it's more an energy of that's helpful instead is, what do I want my life to be? And then you do that. And then these other energies come in that are matching your energy. But you've already got the base down for what you want to see your life to be. So if other people come in, that's just icing on the cake. But you're not devastated because you haven't left one person for another. You see, that isn't your goal, is to switch up people. Your goal is to make sure that you're happy, doing what you need to do in life to fulfill your happiness, your goals in life, your wishes, your dreams. You do that. And then the energies that are also interested in those same types of the energy is very interested in the same type of goals and wishes and dreams. They'll find you. And like I said, it's more of an icing on the cake. It's not the main goal. So I hope that was clear. I think I'm getting a side message. You're royalty as a person and you don't realize it. So either somebody has led you to believe that, they're royalty and you're not, or you didn't deserve them or something like that, or somehow you've convinced yourself that you're not royalty or you're not worthy of certain people, and that just couldn't be further from the truth. Think of yourself as royalty, okay? You're royalty, King of Swords. Yeah, this is a very intellectual king. This is somebody who's very good with their words and very strategic. A lawyer type, maybe. Lawyer kind of energy. Good with puzzles, speaking, figuring things out, investigative. Public speaker, even. Certainly a leader of others. You speak to large crowds, or you're comfortable in that setting. Or if you're not, you're still good. You're good in those roles. Very intellectual. The King of Swords. And this is really interesting. Yeah, Spirit is saying, look at what's out here. And I'm looking now because they've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords out here. But notice, whoever this is, and remember, there's no gender in tarot. So it's whoever's resonating with this leadership of the king, and that's more masculine energy. So that's action oriented, is looking at a queen that is upside down. Okay, so she's not in her best energy, and maybe she hasn't ever been. Whoever this is to you that's in the feminine energy role here. This would be more passive, less action-oriented. Okay, they have maybe never even found their role in this coupling, or they have turned bitter in this coupling, something like that. But notice who is upright and who is in the reverse, and it's no longer a match. That's what Spirit is saying. Just recognize that this divine couple, the Queen and King of Swords, is no longer the divine match, or they'd both be in the upright. Ten of Cups is out here, and I missed it. Now, somewhere along the way that flipped out, but I was like being drawn over here with another look at the Queen and King of Swords I was hearing. So I think that's how you feel too. The Ten of Cups talks about your happily ever after. What do you really want to see in your life? And it changes in life, okay? So don't negate this relationship with your Queen of Swords. I'm sure it was delightful and lovely for many years. It's just no longer there. And the simmering in this inaction is just taking time away from you that you could be really out there experiencing the life that you want to be experiencing. And that includes this Ten of Cups, your happily ever after, or just immense happiness. Immense happiness. Who is that to you, the Ten of Cups? What is that scenario to you, the Ten of Cups? Queen of Wands is in the reverse here. Now, this is an energy that can be very promiscuous and emotionally all over the place and manipulative and jealous. And that's part of, I'm hearing Spirit say, that's part of the negative that you just simplify when you're moving into this next phase. You simplify this exchange, moving into the next phase because it does seem big, and you take it in baby steps. And the simplification is all about asking yourself, what is the negative? What doesn't serve me? And removing that. And that would be this Queen of Wands energy. Promiscuous, emotionally unstable, jealous, manipulative. That would be an example of what you'd want to remove from your current as you transition to your new. Okay, more messages for our Leos. And you know this too. It's just a matter of how to take action on this. And the more you think about it, it's kind of analysis paralysis, where you think, and then one day after another keeps going by and no action is being taken. Okay. And you don't want that because you're an action taker. You're the King of Wands. You're the King of Swords. King of Swords, you're an action taker. You're very strategic. You're very intelligent. There is no reason in the world for you to not be making every day exciting, new, counting. Don't get guilted into you have to stay into something, okay? Ten of Wands. Don't get guilted into the burdens of other people. I know that can be very tricky. Very tricky indeed. Further messages for our Leos. The Lovers, yeah. It's about making a choice now. It's what the whole read has been about. It's about making good choices. It's maybe a choice of two you feel, but remember, in this case, I'm thinking of it more as a choice of past life energy, what you've done in the past, versus what you're transitioning into a newness in your life, a new phase in your life. I feel like it's phases more than people because, like I said, we sometimes don't know people the way we think we do, and that can show up years later. So I really hesitate with the idea of leaving one person for another, but leaving a situation that no longer serves you, that's stagnant energy, that's just Groundhog Day, one day after another, but unfulfilling that way, into a life that is very fulfilling and very inspiring to you. That's where we all are trying to get to, or should be. A life that inspires us each day. We're grateful when we wake up, okay? Let's grab an oracle. We're grateful when we wake up. We're excited for things to come. It doesn't happen overnight. But that's the goal, is to get there. To have that kind of energy surrounding you in your life. Because after all, it is very short. Life is short. Enjoy it. Chop wood. That's very interesting. Chop wood talks about enjoy all the little things. And I always say, you've heard it before, the little things are the big things, okay? So the doing the dishes or the literally chopping the wood. Yeah, it can also be very meditative to chop wood. I've been doing a lot of that lately. And even though it hasn't been by choice, it is meditative. You slow down. You make sure you're doing stuff that's safe. And overwhelming projects, you slow down. You take them in sections. So you don't have such a big project. You anticipate, this will be done in 3 days. I will do this X amount of hours, that type of thing, and really reveling in that. Also, very important point here. If this is referring to a day-to-day that to you is uninspiring, that is the energy Spirit does not want you in. So don't get used to the uninspiring day-to-day. But really, I feel like it's more of a message of that meditative state. Get into that meditative state, because that's going to help you with this transformation. It's going to help you know where it is you want to go. You're going to get very clear on what you'd like to see your life be from this point moving forward. Come to the edge. Yes. It's all about getting poised, coming to the edge, and then taking a leap. Get to the edge. You figure things out with that meditation of where you're going, all the while inching over to the edge because you're just about ready to make the leap and make that transition, the transformation here in your life. To the sea. This talks about going with the flow. Now, once you make these decisions, go with that flow. This also talks about going in the right direction. So figure out what that means to you. And then you go with the flow of all the rivers that end up in the sea. Yeah, it's all about flow. And the correct direction, this card. Going with the flow. In the correct direction, not going with the flow where the energy is stagnant and every day is the same. I think this message is pretty straightforward here. I keep wanting to get other clues for you and other information, and we just pretty much stay with this prominent thought. So, not for you and soulmates. This is asking you to know what's not for you in your life, what you don't want anymore, what you do. And soulmates, okay? If that's you looking back on the past, look at that soulmate. Is that still for you? Is that not for you? If you're looking to the future, what are the plans that you're making for this transformation? What's going to bring in a new soulmate? Because we have many in life. What are the choices that you're making that you're recognizing what's not for you and what you're bringing in? That is for you. That's new. And I do believe when you make those life choices, soulmates are going to be affected, including, like I've been saying, the energy that you draw in once you make some changes. Could very well, it looks like here, be soulmate energy. Let's see if there's one more card that wants to join us here. Sort of. Oh, okay. So message in a bottle. I felt like that was really prominent coming out of the cards here. Yeah, this is looking for the signs. So signs are all around us. Look around in nature. Look around, like it could be in a song even. A lot of times you'll hear people say, I was driving and then all of a sudden this sign or this billboard spoke to me directly about what I was rolling around in my mind. Or there was a person's name on the truck and I was thinking about this person. And then there was a phrase after the name that really helped me with how I was thinking about this person and if they were going to fit into my life or what have you. Signs all around, definitely in nature and certainly in music, okay? So I feel like a lot of people get help from music and lyrics, and maybe just a song pops on to the radio or just comes at you at a very opportune time where you're like, whoa, that is clearly a message. And messages are that way. It's not, is this kind of a message? And especially as you get more into your meditation, you'll recognize them really quick. But it's not so much a reaction of, is this sort of a message? I'm not sure. It's, even if you're not a meditative person or you're not even into this, you will definitely, but I encourage you to be, but if you're not, even at this time, messages from the divine, from your spirit team, will be very clear. You will not question them. You will be like, whoa, I got the download and I'm clear on that. And I'm clear that was a download meant for me. Fork in the road. Exactly. What we've been talking about now for about 25 minutes, half hour. This is the fork in the road. Where are you going to go? This is it. Spirit encourages you to move forward. Figure out what that looks like to you and then take action. Take action as the King of Swords that you are. Very strategic, analytical, sharp. Don't keep marinating in the old ways, in the old energy, in the stagnancy of all this, because life is out there for you to be living. So, I know you're in good hands with your hands and you'll figure it out. Leo, that is your message. So thank you for joining me. And as always, I try to end with, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Thank you for joining me again.